Hello Formula One fans, welcome back to our channel F1 Racing. Are you ready for some jaw-dropping news? The racing world is buzzing with anticipation as Fernando Alonso, the seasoned F1 veteran, drops hints of a game-changing upgrade for the upcoming Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With the F1 pecking order in flux, Alonso's cryptic messages have sparked speculation among fans and experts alike. Could this upgrade be the key to catapulting Alonso and his team to the top of the leaderboard? What could it be? Alonso has said that there's something special coming and that they've been working tirelessly behind the scenes and it's going to be a game changer. He asked not to miss this. But what is Alonso hiding? What surprises does he have up his sleeve for the Azerbaijan GP? We're on the edge of our seats, and you should be too. So make sure to stay tuned until the end of this video as we unravel the mystery of Alonso's tantalizing hint for a serious upgrade at the Azerbaijan GP. It's going to be epic. But guys, before we go deeper in this video, it is important to quickly revise how this team, and especially Alonso, performed this season so far. So let's check this out. Fernando Alonso's performance in the 2023 Formula One season has been exceptional so far, with podium finishes in all three races: Bahrain GP, Saudi Arabia GP, and Australian GP. At the Bahrain GP, the 41-year-old Spaniard finished third, ahead of Ferrari and Mercedes, showcasing his skill and determination to compete at the front end of the grid. This unexpected performance by Alonso and his Aston Martin team was a testament to their turnaround from the previous year when they struggled at the back of the grid. Alonso's drive in Bahrain was particularly impressive as he had to pass both Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes and Carlos Sainz's Ferrari after dropping to 7th on the opening lap due to contact with his teammate Lance Stroll. Alonso displayed his mercurial brilliance by making unconventional and unexpected moves, such as dashing up the inside of turn 10 hairpin against Hamilton and cutting back through the corner for a faster exit to pass Sainz at turn 11. This showcased Alonso's ability to think strategically and drive tactically, earning him a well-deserved podium finish. Alonso also again secured a podium finish at the Saudi Arabia GP, finishing third in Jeddah. However, he was initially demoted to fourth due to a post-race penalty relegated to an alleged violation during the race. Aston Martin contested the penalty, presenting evidence of similar scenarios where no punishment was given, and the penalty was overturned, reinstating Alonso's podium position. This podium marked the 100th of Alonso's career and was a testament to his resurgence with Aston Martin. In the Australian GP, Alonso continued his impressive performance by securing his third consecutive podium finish. Starting fourth on the grid, Alonso fell behind Carlos Sainz on the first lap, but benefited from a red flag caused by an early crash to move up to third. He then spent most of the race behind Lewis Hamilton and eventual winner Max Verstappen. However, a second red flag and contact with Sainz caused Alonso to tumble down the field. Nevertheless, a third red flag during the final lap behind a safety car allowed him to retain his third place finish. This podium finish and his teammate Lance Stroll's fourth place finish propelled Aston Martin to outright second in the Constructors' Championship. With these consistent performances, Alonso's Aston Martin team also made a significant strides in the Constructors' Championship standings. Currently sitting in outright second place with 65 points, Aston Martin is trailing behind Red Bull, who has 123 points and is 9 points ahead of Mercedes. Alonso's podium finishes have contributed to his team's success, and he has expressed his delight in the team's performance, describing it as an amazing Sunday with a roller coaster of emotions. Overall, Alonso's performance in the 2023 season has been remarkable, with 3 podium finishes in the first 3 races. His skill, experience, and strategic thinking have been evident in his ability to compete with top teams like Ferrari and Mercedes, despite Aston Martin's turnaround from a challenging season in the previous year. Alonso's resurgence in Formula One has been a highlight of the season, and he continues to prove that he is a force to be reckoned with on the grid. As the F1 2023 season kicks into high gear, Fernando Alonso is excited about the upcoming upgrades that could shake up the pecking order. Red Bull has been dominating with 3 poles and race victories, but Alonso and his Aston Martin team have been consistent, with Alonso securing 3 podium finishes so far. With Aston Martin currently sitting in second place in the Constructors' standings, Alonso knows that staying competitive against teams like Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari requires continuous development. During the 4-week break before the Azerbaijan GP, teams will be gearing up to bring upgrades to their cars for the Europe-dominated leg of the campaign. Aston Martin has already confirmed that they will introduce a new rear wing in Azerbaijan, and Alonso believes that this is the season stage where the pecking order could start to change. He acknowledges the importance of qualifying as the top team's race pace has been similar. He expects the team's development race to intensify, with upgrades potentially shaping the outcome of each race. Aston Martin has made significant progress since last season, currently occupying the second spot in the constructors' standings, and Alonso sees F1 2023 as a learning process for his team. Despite the pressure of racing against top teams, Alonso remains optimistic and humble, taking each opportunity as a plus and looking forward to how the season unfolds. "It's all happy days at the moment," Alonso exclaimed. "We never expected to be on the podium, and maybe even throughout the season, and in 3 races, we have 3. So everything that comes now is a plus. We have to take every opportunity, and we need to learn. And we need to grow as a team also, maybe now off track because we are racing against Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari, teams that are used to this kind of pace of development and things like that," he further said that. "Maybe that we are in the learning process, so we take this 2023 very humbly and let's see how it's going." Now imagine the scene: the bright lights of Australia, the smell of burning rubber in the air, and Fernando Alonso, a seasoned F1 driver, addressing the media with his trademark confidence. As the cameras flash, he raises a thought-provoking question: which team is developing the car faster? Alonso, known for his astute observations, goes on to explain that the first 3 races of the season, which are held away from Europe, pose a challenge for teams to bring up upgrades to their cars. But he doesn't stop there. With a glimmer of excitement in his eyes, he predicts that the order of the teams could shuffle in the upcoming races. As the F1 2023 season progresses, fans and teams alike eagerly await the upcoming upgrades and how they may impact the fiercely competitive landscape of Formula 1. The battle for supremacy continues, and Aston Martin, led by Fernando Alonso's skillful driving, is ready to seize every opportunity to challenge the established giants of the sport. Imagine a thrilling race in the world of Formula 1, where the teams compete on the track and in the development labs. Aston Martin, a team that finished in a humble P7 last season, holds a secret advantage over its rivals: more wind development time. Yes, you heard it right. The teams that finish lower in the constructors' standings are awarded more time to work on their cars in the wind tunnel, allowing them to catch up to the frontrunners. But that's not all. Aston Martin's biggest buffer is against none other than Red Bull, the reigning constructors' champions. Red Bull receives the lowest allocation of wind tunnel time and faces a 10% reduction due to a minor cost cap breach in the previous season. This means that despite their current dominance on the track, Red Bull could be at a disadvantage when it comes to developing their car in the wind tunnel, potentially leaving them hanging on as other teams catch up. But Aston Martin is not to be taken lightly. They have already shown their ability to gain performance rapidly, and Mercedes, known for their strong performance towards the end of the season, could also pose a serious challenge. So, is Aston Martin the only team to bring upgrades before the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? Get ready for some thrilling upgrades in the upcoming Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The competition is heating up as teams gear to bring their A-game to the sprint race in Baku. McLaren is all set to introduce a major upgrade package for the MCL60, despite concerns about the limited practice session. Team principal Andrea Stella is confident that the data and performance measurements will help them assess the new components effectively. Young gun Oscar Piastri, who is in his rookie season with McLaren, is optimistic about the upgrades closing the gap with the front runners, but is also aware that the other teams are still working and will bring their own upgrades to the table. Not to be outdone, the Mercedes Formula 1 team is also leaving no stone unturned during the April break. Technical head James Allison has promised fans that they will be working flat out to improve the car's suspension and balance, addressing concerns voiced by drivers Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. With new mechanical parts and improved downforce, Mercedes is determined to come back stronger in Azerbaijan and deliver a more competitive performance. Another team is also coming up with some upgrades, and that is none other than Ferrari. Charles Leclerc, the talented Monegasque driver, has revealed that Ferrari is bringing new upgrades to their underperforming SF23 car for the upcoming Azerbaijan Grand Prix in 2023. Despite a rocky start to the season, with Leclerc currently sitting in 10th place after retiring from 2 races and finishing 7th in another, he remains undeterred and fully motivated to get back on top. During the April break, Ferrari has been working tirelessly to develop upgrades for their car, and Leclerc is optimistic about the team's progress. They took it as an opportunity to work out as much as possible during the April break to get the upgrades as quickly as possible and be as competitive as they wanted sooner this season. Leclerc stated in a recent interview, he further said that it was still a very long season. They were fully motivated to get back on top and would try to use their time before Baku in the best way possible. Leclerc, who finished second in the Drivers' Championship last year behind Max Verstappen, is focused on improving Ferrari's performance and closing the gap with their rivals. One of the key areas of improvement for Ferrari is to have a more solid car in all conditions. Leclerc explained, "We seem to be quite good in terms of qualifying whenever the peak grip is there. But then whenever we lose a little bit of grip in the race, it starts to be very, very difficult, and we seem to lose quite a lot of performance, so on that, we need to work." Ferrari team boss Fred Vasseur confirms sticking to the plan for the car concept, and they have made adjustments in terms of balance and behaviour, which showed promising results in Melbourne. With Ferrari's unwavering determination and the anticipation of new upgrades for the SF23 car, fans can look forward to an exciting race in Azerbaijan in 2023 as Leclerc and the team aim to bounce back and regain their competitive edge. So, the upcoming race in Baku will also mark the beginning of the sprint race weekends, with limited practice sessions. Teams will need to be on top of their game right from the start, and Mercedes is focused on getting their setups dialed in for qualifying. Despite a setback in Australia with Russell's mechanical failure, Alison believes that Mercedes has closed the gap to Red Bull and is ahead of Aston Martin and Ferrari. With upgrades and improvements on the horizon, the Azerbaijan GP promises to be an exciting showdown among the top teams in Formula One. Fans can expect nail-biting battles, strategic maneuvers, and some high-speed drama on the track as teams push the boundaries of technology and performance. So that's the end of our video. But before we end, we would like to put forward our final remarks. So guys, as you know, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix is approaching. All eyes are on Aston Martin and Ferrari as they gear up for a much-anticipated comeback with their upgraded cars. But they won't be the ones only vying for the podium. Some other teams are looking to get to the podium. Despite facing some challenges, including a less than ideal start to the year, Alonso has shown his mettle with impressive performances on the track. Aston Martin has been working hard to overcome their obstacles and significantly upgrade their car, aiming to improve their competitiveness in the upcoming race. But it will be challenging for Aston Martin or Ferrari, as we know they are struggling and trying to overcome. Other teams are also bringing upgrades to the Azerbaijan GP, making their competition fierce and unpredictable. As the teams prepare to hit the track at the end of April, racing fans worldwide eagerly anticipate the showdown between these top teams, and the excitement is palpable. With Aston Martin's determination to improve their performance, Ferrari's unwavering determination to bounce back, and the competition from other teams, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix promises to be a thrilling spectacle. Stay tuned for all the action and see which team will come out on top in this highly anticipated race. Who will emerge victorious in this speed, skill, and strategy battle? And will these upgrades of Aston Martin, which Alonso talked about, be helpful for the team? The stage is set for an epic showdown, and racing enthusiasts can hardly wait to witness the drama unfold on the track in Azerbaijan. Buckle up, and it's going to be an exhilarating ride. So that's all. If you have liked this video, make sure to hit that like button and share it with your fellow F1 fans. Also, remember to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates and news regarding your favourite teams and players. We will be back with another interesting video soon, and until then, take care and bye bye.